If there are two foods I really adore, it's the pizza and the potato. And today they combine in a special Consuming Passions pizza that doesn't have a dough base. Instead, the potato becomes the base. It's a very simple dish to prepare, and it starts with onions. Lots of onion, and the onion is finely sliced into rings and then browned in a little oil for a few minutes over quite a brisk heat. They don't need to cook through at this stage, but they do need to brown. Once that's done, I splosh in some red wine. 2 or 3 tablespoons of a good red wine. I'm using an Australian Cabernet Sauvignon. And don't forget that if a wine's not worth drinking, it's not worth cooking with. Now I add a couple of generous sprigs of thyme, or you could use fresh oregano, or both. And if you don't have fresh herbs, you could use some dried mixed herbs, but just half a teaspoon. The onions are now left to simmer in this mixture for about 3/4 of an hour to really make sure they cook right through. Check from time to time that they're not sticking in the pan. Just add a little water to keep them moist. Next, I peel and grate some potatoes. Now, because a lot of today's potatoes have a high water content, I like to strain them, pressing out the surplus water. I don't want my pizza to become waterlogged. I make a cooking mixture. In a large bowl, I mix a couple of tablespoons of low-fat milk with 1 egg, a tablespoon of plain flour, half a teaspoon of grated nutmeg. I like to grate my own. I add a tablespoon of good hard cheese, a parmesan or Romano, and a final grating or 2 of black pepper. Now I oil a pan, nothing too deep, and one which can be put in the oven. Once the onion's been happily cooked, I stir in the potato that's been drained, and then add the egg mixture. Stir it up well, spoon it into the greased pan, and pat it down firmly. Now it's into the oven, a hot oven, at least 210 degrees C for around 35 to 40 minutes. After which time, it should have started getting a reasonably good golden crust. At this stage, it's taken out of the oven, and I put on some toppings of choice, which include anchovy, whole fillets spread around. These are beautiful anchovy fillets from the Indian Ocean off the coast of Western Australia. And I leave a space for those who don't like their anchovies. Now, perhaps some capsicum, red capsicum for colour. A little cheese, mozzarella cheese would be perfect. These bocconcini, absolutely superb. And some olives. And it's back into the oven for just a few minutes, or it could go under the grill to brown on the top. Degree of difficulty, well, I think it's actually really easy. Preparation time is about 20 minutes plus the cooking time. Keepability, well, once they get into it, there'll be no stopping them. Best eaten immediately, but it also is good cold and keeps for 2 or 3 days in the refrigerator. Pizza with a potato base, quite a different experience. Great flavors, great texture, great color. I love to serve this with a mixed salad with a very light vinaigrette dressing. For a wine accompaniment, I like quite a substantial red, a Cabernet Sauvignon, such as the one I used in the cooking. From Consuming Passions, till next time, bon appetit.